Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. In today's video we're going to take a look at getting started with the forces of Arnor in the Middle-earth strategy battle game, focusing around the forces from the brand new Rise of Angmar sourcebook. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest of the Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. First up, we have the new Captain of Arnor, Archers. This cavalry hero is a hero of Fortitude, and he's also got Expert Rider as well, which is nice, meaning he can reroll a bunch of jump tests when he's on his mount to clear over those barricades. He's a solid fighter with fight value 5, strength 4, defense 7 as well, and 2 attacks as well, which is nice. Heavy armor, sword, shield, war spear, and of course a horse, because he is cavalry, make up his equipment and give him, some of those nice stats we see. He's also got the Hatred Angmar rule, which you expect to see on anything from Arnor, but Master of Battle 5+ is where he really comes into his own. This particular ability means if enemy heroes start trying to use any heroic actions nearby, he can potentially use them as well on a 5+ as well, even if he doesn't have access to those particular heroic actions. Speaking of heroic actions though, he does have heroic march and defense, making him a really solid hero to hold the center of your line or stick an enemy in place, leading the charge with some other cavalry. Next, we have Beth the Seer. I think this is a really fun hero to bring along. First of all, the model is armed with just a staff. He's not too great in a fight with just 5 value 3, strength 3, defense 4 though, not too shabby considering he is just, an old man sitting around. He's got heroic resolve for his heroic actions, but the gift of foresight is why you're taking this model. Every time a friendly Arnor model within 6 inches of Beth suffers a wound, roll a d6, and on a 5+, the wound's prevented, exactly as if a point of fate had been spent. Now what's really cool is if this is used and a hero doesn't pass that 5+ roll, a hero could still spend a fate point as normal if they want to, which is really going to keep them in the fight all the longer. I think he's an exceptionally good piece to have in your Arnor force. Next, we have the Warriors of Arnor. These basic infantry are really solid. At defense 6 base, they've got shields and heavy armor standard, and they can also take a banner option if they want, swapping out a spear and a shield on one of the models. Fight value 4 is really nice as well, giving them, some decent combat punch. These guys really fight well above their points value. Special rules wise, they just have that Hatred Angmar for that extra rolls to wound, which are going to be all that important against some of the tough enemies they may face from Angmar. Something new we got in the Rise of Angmar and Knights of Arnor, some cavalry to go along with Arnor that we've already mentioned. Heavy armor, sword, shields, war spear, and their horses, they are pretty decent cavalry. Defense 6 with 5 value 4. They're going to be, an interesting cavalry unit. They're not necessarily going to go in and wipe everything out on the charge with just a base strength of 3, but they are going to really be able to hold their own in those fights. Stick around for much longer than you expect for any cavalry unit to really do. They're going to be, sort of like a mobile anvil for your force. We then have the Rangers of Arnor. These models are pretty basic. They've just got armor, sword, and bows. They've got a 5 value 4 with a shoot value of 3+, so pretty decent bowmen. Defense 4 in there is nice as well, thanks to their armor, and they can choose to be equipped with spears. Other than that, they've got nothing really too special about them. They've got no additional special rules or anything, just a solid little ranged unit to bring to your force. Speaking of ranged units, something that Arnor can bring to its force are Hobb Archers. These infantry do only have a shoot value of 3+ and a fight value of a measly 2, but they are much cheaper than your rangers. At 5 points each, the ability to also take a warhorn can help with that low courage of men, giving some extra bonus. They're also resistant to magic, which can be incredibly useful when you're playing through the forces of Arnor in any of the Rise of Angmar campaigns, because they will be facing off against spirits and stuff like that, and all those magical powers that the evil forces like to throw at the good guys in the Middle-earth strategy battle game. Our force today will be Arnor, and we do have a army rule. This is called Protect the King. This just means friendly Arnor models automatically pass courage tests whilst within 6 inch of Arvudi, the last king of Arnor. Now, I haven't actually included him in this force. You could easily take this model with a decent enough hero as a replacement for, say, Argadir, but I do think that Argadir gives you so much more with that Master of Battle and is a little bit better of a fighter. Speaking of, we've got our first Warband, and this is led by Argadir, the captain of Arnor. In his Warband, we've got 2 Knights of Arnor that are going to accompany him and be, sort of our mobile force, and 2 Hobb Archers as well to provide us with some nice shooting. Our other Warband, Warband number 2, is going to have a hero of Fortitude leading it called Beth the Seer that we've talked about. His followers include a warrior of Arnor that swapped out their spear and shield for a banner to give us some all-important rerolls. We're generally a much more elite force with Arnor, so having the ability to take a banner is something you definitely want to do. We then have 2 warriors of Arnor and a ranger of Arnor joining them as well for an extra bow in the force, taking up to our full allotment of allowed bows for 33%, but also, giving us some decent fighters to hold the line with. We hope this video was helpful in getting you started with the Middle-earth strategy battle game, and that it was able to give you some ideas and inspiration to start your own force in the game. If you have any other questions at all, please comment down below, and while you're there, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and join our Discord server to check out all of our future Middle-earth strategy battle game content